What's up, guys? My name is Kelly, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the yarn that I recently purchased from Hobby and how I used it and what I think of it. To connect the dots and pick up where we left off, I have just recently made my first purchase with Hobby and I love their yarn. I talk all about the experience in my previous video and show you which yarns I purchased. But today we're going to talk about the yarn that I used so far, and it's the Cotton Kings Sultan. Here's a rundown of the yarn cake and what it is. It is 100% cotton and 200 grams, 7 ounces, 800 meters, 874 yards, and it's a two fine. It's not twisted, so it's like you can very easily split the yarn when you are crocheting. On here, it recommends a 3.5 to a 4mm hook. I used a 4.5 hook on this top, and it gives great definition on the stitches. It's a very like flowy top. That's what I like about it, is it's light, it's airy, and just, it's great. I love it. I feel like the yarn itself is pretty easy to work with once you have an understanding of how to work with yarn that's not twisted and susceptible to splitting. You just have to take your time and pay attention to what you're doing. And once you get the feel of it, the hang of it, it can be just, mindless crocheting. For this top, I did mostly half double crochets, and triple crochets. It's super easy. It's a 2-panel drop shoulder. It's the first one I've ever made, and I love how it turned out. I used a 4.5mm hook with this Sultan, and it turned out very nice. I love the definition of the stitches. I love the length. Everything came out exactly how I imagined it, and I still have a lot of yarn left over. I could probably make another top exactly like this with how much I used and how much I have left over. Right now I'm in the process of making another one, just perfecting, this is a prototype, little kinks to work out. So here is my first panel for my second top, and I'm using a little bit bigger hook this time. I'm using a 5mm instead of the 4.5, and this is the color, I wrote it down, let's see, Midnight Blue Sapphire 40. And this was, so Midnight Blue Sapphire 40 is this one. And then this one is Azurite number 25. I will be making a top that goes from top down or down up with a Sultan cake to really get that ombre effect instead of a panel where you have the contrasting colors. Another idea I have for the Sultan cakes is I would love to make a shawl. I was watching American Horror, and it's the season with Misty Day and Stevie Nicks, and Stevie Nicks has her shawls and Misty Day is like obsessed with the shawls and everything.
You must be Misty. I'm Stevie Nicks.
And I just feel super inspired to make like a Stevie Nicks Misty Day shawl with a Sultan cake because it is so light and flowy. It has good like stitch definition, but it's got that great like movement and texture that would just, I cannot wait. So overall, with the Sultan cotton cakes, I really like them. It is a softer cotton. It's not like super stiff. It's stiff enough that it's easy to work with. to work through the splitting, but soft enough that it's not like uncomfortable to wear. And yes, I really like these. I approve. I finished the Mariner top. Ta-da! I did not wear this to the game because it is made with a heavier, kind of thicker yarn. So yeah, it's a tank top, but it's still really warm to wear. And I just didn't. I think it turned out really cute. I'm just super happy that I actually stuck with it and finished it. Right, so make sure you subscribe so that you can see what I post hopefully next week or sometime in the near future to see what I end up making from the rest of my hobby hobby. And yes, once I work through all the yarn that I've purchased so far, I will be repurchasing more. I just do not want to get in the habit of having a huge yarn stash and not using it. So I feel like just working through my order and one order at a time and what I have will prevent me from creating a huge stash of yarn that I just get so overwhelmed and I don't use. And I feel like a smaller stash keeps the creativity flowing. So yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video and I'll see you next time. Bye.